This has happened to me a lot over the years. I'll be hunting maybe a wooded ridge, an oak ridge or something like that, and for whatever reason, one side of the ridge is different than the other side of the ridge, and how those thermals rise or fall in the morning or at night, and how the wind actually plays in these areas through the microclimate. This is why I really like climbing tree stands, because climbing tree stands allow me to get up to that 25-foot level, which I think is a pretty good level to hunt at, or higher. On a ridgeline especially where you have a travel route is coming across the top of that ridgeline, for the most part, the higher you hunt, the better your chances of fooling a deer's nose, because that deer could literally walk right underneath you. Your scent stream is going to be way above his head.
But the higher you go, the more dangerous it becomes. Tree stand safety should be a primary concern of all stand hunters. We took a trip to Summit to see how today's stands are created and the quality control that goes into each stand built. The process starts when raw aluminum tubing is bent and shaped to exact specifications. At the same time, the connection hardware is stamped into the shapes needed to support the hunter. Once the pieces are created, they're placed in a welding jig to be welded by robotic welding arms. After the rotation is complete, human welders reinforce critical joints for maximum strength. Once the assembly welding is complete, the piece is hung on a conveyor, sent to powder coating, and baked in an oven at more than 400 degrees. While the stands are being baked, the seats and cushions are sewn together and tested to meet TMA requirements. The final item to be created is the safety harness that ships with every tree stand created.
Hey, tree stands are great, but don't ignore ground blinds. If you know how to put all this stuff together, a well-placed ground blind can be equally as good as any tree stand. The beauty of a ground blind is you can enclose yourself in there. You don't have to open up all those windows. You can open up just one little shooting lane for where you think you're going to get your shot. This is a big advantage. So knowing which way the wind is blowing, how your thermals are working, and what kind of microclimate you might be in, you could place that ground blind in a strategic position to have great success bow hunting or gun hunting. Knowing how all this stuff works and how it all comes together in the woods will help you decide what tactic is going to be right for you, whether you should be hunting out of a ground blind or whether you should be hunting out of a tree stand. What if you don't know? What if you're not sure? If you're not sure, err on the side of using a tree stand, because a tree stand, the higher you go, the better your chances.